The Reserve Bank of India has advised the National Payments Corporation of India to examine Paytm's request to become a third-party application provider for UPI payments. Now, there's more trouble coming in for Paytm, as according to the RBI, the directive has been issued to ensure seamless digital payments by UPI customers using Paytm handle and minimize concentration risk in the UPI system. Now, RBI announced more and more restrictions, and now to understand more about that, we have our business editor Sharmila Bhaumik joining us on the broadcast for more. Sharmila, tell us more details. We understand there are more restrictions coming in by the RBI for Paytm.
The restriction exactly is that when Paytm wanted to become a partner in the third-party transactions, RBI has disallowed Paytm to become a third party in its own application. It cannot be an applicant as a third-party partner in the payments gateway anymore. So Paytm Payment Bank will now be routed through other banks, which means that the handle Paytm will now be diversified to other private banks who are now going to sort of facilitate the payments for Paytm. Now, which clearly means that from the user's end, there is not much change other than the migration bit, which will which will be facilitated until March 15th. Till that time, Paytm is not allowed to onboard any more, deposits, but if you ask me whether people are going to be directly affected because of this movement, no. But yes, you will be seeing a lot of movement going forward in the change in the Paytm gateway, which means that many private banks will now be handling that part of activity for Paytm. We had previously known that it was only going to be Axis Bank, but now today the RBI has indicated there will be multiple banks taking part in that role to avoid concentration in one vendor. So eventually, only when this entire Paytm handle responsibility is diversified between multiple private banks, that Paytm will be allowed to onboard new payments and new transactions. So that is what we know so far.
Right, Sharmila, in fact, they've mentioned about a concentration risk to mitigate the concentration risk. There are more banks that will be now certified as per RBI's direction. Now, what does this really mean? Why is this being done? Explain to our viewers the concentration risk and how does it really affect the system?
Yeah, so, if the entire Paytm transactions were to be onboarded on one single bank, so far we knew that only Axis Bank was going to be partners with Paytm in doing this entire transaction overlay for Paytm. But now we can see that that concentration risk has been assuaged, which means that multiple partners, multiple banks will be brought forth to handle the bulk of Paytm transactions, which is being done through the Paytm UPI handle of, at Paytm. So that is now going to be channelized to multiple private banks who will now help Paytm conduct its payment bank transactions. So that is how the RBI has sort of diluted the risks of concentration in just one private bank taking over the entire bulk of Paytm's transaction liabilities.